And welcome back to Cassandra's Curse. Welcome for round 2. Let me know if you can hear me. Get in the chat, put a 5, start talking, say hi. I'll wait a second and let a couple people come in. I was done for the evening. I got a message from somebody. Oh, you got to turn that down. I can hear it. I got the feedback. I got a message from someone on my last live stream, and I just hate to see someone get it so wrong. And I told you I'm in on this. I'm all in. I've been losing some sleep over it, just wanting to have an active conversation with you guys where we're figuring everything out. I don't think anyone's even going to show up because they don't even know I'm on right now. Can you hear me okay? Okay, well, I'll let it live for a second and then I'll see if anyone shows up. I already did it once, so maybe nobody will come by. I don't know. So this is my second live stream. I already did one a couple hours ago. But I'm going to actively be getting on here more, talking with you guys, telling you how I feel about things. And I wanted to address somebody that commented on the last live stream, and they left a big long paragraph, but they say all the same things, but everything's incorrect that they say. And instead of just ignoring them or calling them a hater or stalker or obsessed, like Pickle Boy does, or his Monopoly or the family or whatever, instead of just causing fake drama or making up lies or having discrepancies with Monopoly members and making up arguments so you could get on your live stream and say everyone's bullying you like the angry neighbor likes to do. I'm willing to do a whole live stream addressing everything she said and why I thought she was wrong, or why I think she's wrong, and why she needs to address what about the abuse and stop attacking me. So this is somebody that just left a comment on my last live stream. I don't want to say your name because I don't want to get a strike, but she left a big long paragraph. And you know what? She's a mom. So that's a bit scary. So you need to get it right because you're a mom. So let me talk with you. This individual, I won't call you a hater or obsessed or a stalker, even though you watch my videos and you don't like them. And those are the excuses and the insults that people use against me from when I give opinions on their videos. Let me address you. She says, I don't let others call in and say their piece. And maybe I should. I can't because I can't trust anybody because maybe they'll rip the channel down because a lot of people like yourself don't like the channel. So I can't do that. So I hope that you respect that what about the abuse is still important because and I hope you don't judge me for things that are out of my control, to include not allowing people to come on my live streams and speak their piece. People can speak their piece in the chat. Hey, Kizzy Bugs here. Hi, hun. I'm addressing a hater now. I already said that I don't like, I don't like that word because everyone's got a difference of opinion. But this lady, you can read her comment. Go to my last live stream. She left a big long comment, and this live stream is addressing her. And also to show people like Pickle Boy and the cleanup guy and everyone we know who's been ignoring abuse for a year, right? And it's going to continue to go on. Even the angry neighbor causing a fake drama right now so she can get up on a live stream and talk about how she's being bullied, even though she's an abusive bully. So this woman on my last live stream with a comment she left, you could just go check it out. She said, I don't let others call in and say their piece. Well, I told you why. I can't. Even my friends, I'm not allowed to. She says that just because I'm up here and I don't allow people to come up, which I told you I can't, I'm telling people how they should feel. But I actually go out of my way to tell people that I want them to come over to get an opinion, whether they like me or the channel or not. It doesn't matter. They need to be able to have an opinion about the material. So I don't tell people how to feel. I tell people how I feel. And then from me fighting for the channel to be up, which is one of a few channels, including Kizzy Bugs, that even exists, that's even talking about this, you guys can tell us how you feel. Just like you came over and told me how you feel, you're only able to do that because I fought for the channel to come up. You only have an opinion, this lady that left a comment on the last live stream that got everything wrong about me. You only are able to come over and have an opinion because I fought for the channel to come back up. It had false strikes and everything. And the cleanup guy was laughing about it, and Pickle Boy took the channel down. So that's another thing. No, I don't tell people how to feel. Hashtag what about the abuse is for you to address and feel how you want to feel about it. She said that the kids got abused by the old man because of alcohol. Well, it wasn't just the alcohol, because a lot of people that drink alcohol don't abuse people, especially kids or anybody. So it's not just the alcohol. He abused people when he was an alcoholic and when he wasn't an alcoholic, and the footage of that is everywhere. She says things weren't bad because they all love the dad. Kizzybug, what do you think about that? They didn't get abused and that it wasn't so bad because they love their dad. So I encourage her to check out Blocking the Haters video where Daddy05 asks his kids, is everything all right here? People saying, we've got haters saying things, and the kids just comply with everything he says, even though they are being abused, and even though they are being hurt, and even though the dad is doing the wrong thing. So in actuality, with abusive families, you do love your family. It's not abnormal. So what you're saying there is 100% incorrect. You said things aren't bad because they love the dad. What were you going to say, baby? Oh, I know. The kid in that video and the Blocking Out the Haters, he's like, well, at least he doesn't beat us. Right. It's just mental and emotional torture. Okay. Well, it's torturous what was going through with that kid, but it's abuse. But just to think that people to this day have to talk about physical abuse versus every other kind of abuse. I mean, there's a reason that child is saying that, because the dad that's abusing him emotionally and mentally is not telling him he's abusing him because he's getting paid for it. So he doesn't care. So there's got to be some way to inform children on maybe their rights, right? Don't you think? Kids have rights because they need to have the right to feel safe, and they need to be educated on knowing that the effects of abuse. I mean, this woman who disagrees with everything I say on my last live stream and every video and doesn't make any sense in her comments, that woman's a mother. I went to her channel. She's a mom. You're getting this wrong, madam, about abuse. You're not correct. Kizzybug says they may love him, but abuse is abuse at the end of the day. Thank you so much. Absolutely. Yeah, we can all agree they love him, but that doesn't mean there wasn't any abuse. And that doesn't mean the abuse is bad. And actually, the fact that they do love him and we see abuse is proof that people do love their abusers. It's not proof that it's not bad because they love him. That's some false logic right there. It doesn't make any sense. Kizzy says 100% they do, and if they are in an unsafe environment, then they have the right to go to a teacher or someone safe to tell their situation. Yeah, and that's only if they can muster up the courage enough or feel safe enough, to be able to even do that, because they're probably worried about being abused, because some of these kids end up dead. I mean, I've heard horrible stories of even DSS getting involved or CPS, and the child still ends up dead somehow because of the social workers not getting it right, or the parents definitely not getting it right by abusing their kid into neglect and killing them. And the old man in this situation could have killed several times with medical neglect and with child abuse. So, right. So things weren't so bad because they love the dad. Well, that's not true. And if you don't believe that, madam, from my last live stream, look at the video. It was all real. What about the abuse? Because the daughter herself tells you the dad's keeping her kids from her. She has an abuse perspective, and the abuse made her sad. So you're in denial about that. If you don't think that you can love an abuser that hurt you, because you seek for that love your whole life, even though you never get it, or you never get the correct love, in some cases with abusers that never change, to include the father in this family. Another thing she said is the kids wouldn't love him. The kids wouldn't love him if he was abusing them. Well, that's basically what we just talked about, but she said it in a different way, and I disagree with you there, again, for the reasons I just stated. You can love an abuser, and this is prime example. And that woman should take this high-profile family and take away the truths of the situation, which is all these kids that got abused in this family still love the dad. It doesn't mean they didn't get abused. That doesn't mean they don't care about each other, but abuse isn't love, and you don't show it that way, and you never abuse people. Kizzy says, I don't know, loving their dad made their abuse not so bad. That makes no sense to me. Oh, I know. I mean, I read her comment because I just did a live stream and I was like really pretty tired in the last one, but I read her comment. I'm like thinking, oh my gosh, she's a mom and she's getting it wrong each and every time she comes over here. Maybe I should address her and in the same token, show Pickle Boy how he should be addressing what about the abuse versus hiding, lying, not taking any accountability. Causing a lot of distractions down here with this fake fighting with the angry neighbor. That's unacceptable to me. Aw, look at Kyle, another stream, cool. Well, I just felt passionately enough about addressing this woman. If you guys want to read her comments on the last live stream from this channel, and she just got everything wrong. So let me speak with you. Let me speak with her. Hopefully you're listening. Hopefully you'll get this right. Another thing she said is, I shouldn't judge the actions of Pickle Boy when he was a child. Yet, all the footage that we see that I'm judging him off of, he was an adult. At least 18. And mind you, children, even if he was a child, there's still juvenile hall. And there's still criticisms and punishments, and you could still do things wrong as a kid. There's kids that do things wrong also. So your statement on all accounts doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And I will judge the actions of Pickle Boy as an adult, because he was an adult in all this footage. She also said you can't blame the kids for how they act. What did she say there? Can't blame the kids for how they act. I don't know what she meant there. Oh, get this one. She said that I'm making the kids' lives miserable. Isn't that a big thing to hang over my head? Oh my gosh. You guys, I got to take my channel down because those kids are miserable. Not from the abuse that they were living in or were, prone to having pushed on them. But it's me. I'm making them miserable. You know who told me the same thing? The scapegoated daughter. She told me on Twitter. I'll put it in a video. She said that, and many people have said, "Oh, I abuse the kids." I don't know how that could be. It's just very interesting how people say things that aren't true. And even if those things were true, it wouldn't change the abuse that they do. So it's a very weird conversation to go down this rabbit hole, really. The abuse makes children's lives miserable, not the people that make the call and try to help them. But you know what? If they could get the entire audience to think that maybe I'm making the kids' lives miserable, maybe you guys won't hold them accountable for the abuse. So that's a really awesome statement that she made there. What else did she say? Oh, then she started talking about Pickle Boy and Princess and their relationship and how I should get over it. And the age difference isn't a big deal. And I thought, well, I don't remember ever addressing it like that. I think I addressed it as if saying, to my knowledge, she was of age in that state. And some people think that maybe she was immature because in their state, maybe she was still underage. And what about the abuse? Because we haven't talked about that really on the channel. That's not part of the videos. I think she's cherry picking with an idea that will lead you definitely down a rabbit hole that I don't care to really entertain so much for just that reason, for people like her using it as an excuse, even made up when I never even addressed it to be that way. I don't care about them being in a relationship together. I care that they're both child abusers. And that person should as well. I just seen footage of Princess abusing a kid. I seen footage of her holding a camera up to children being berated and abused. She's a child abuser right along with having abused Michael and gone to jail and being immersed in this abuse and getting in fights with the family members on camera for profit. The last thing she said is, "I'm full of revenge and hate." And I think the past few days and in other streams, I've mentioned how hate breeds violence and how you shouldn't hate and how I don't hate them. So I just find it interesting how even when I say how I really feel, which is I don't hate them, the abuse doesn't matter, never gets addressed because someone makes up that I do hate them. And even if I did hate them, it doesn't change the abuse. What about the abuse? And revenge for what? I don't understand. She said, I'm full of revenge. Revenge for what? The family hasn't done anything to me personally. So I don't know what you mean about revenge. I can dislike the content and material and take my time to not charge my audience to look at material to gain an opinion of their own, have a conversation with me, whether they agree with me or not. But I don't know why you're saying I'm full of revenge and hate, 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 and how that would change anything. Oh, there are people that come back in here? Cool. Hey, guys. Hey, guys. I wasn't planning on doing another stream, but you know what? I am going to try to get on here more often. Oh, and Common Sense Nation, I seen your shout out. That the views on that video went up, and I seen your description of the channel, and all I can say is thank you so much. That was awesome. That was pretty damn awesome. So, but yeah, but me wanting to talk with you guys and um, connect with you and maybe have it be more fluid where it's more of a continual conversation versus me not being around, well, think making up videos. But the thing is I wanted to spend time making a video, but then I saw this lady's comment and I'm like, I'm sorry, but you're so wrong. And I can only imagine her probably ignoring this live stream, never addressing it, and then or leaving a comment saying all things that are wrong again. All the things that they make up that aren't true, they don't change the abuse. Nothing changes it. Not even made up things. You know, nothing. And speaking of made up things, what's going on in the community right now? Angry neighbor just popped in by her channel. I don't watch her, but I could look at her thumbnails. Why is she saying people are bullying her? Didn't we just show footage of her being a bully to her child and abusing her kid on camera? Why isn't she addressing that? Oh, wait. She doesn't address it and puts up a video where you have to feel sorry for her and feel sympathy for her. Then she could distract you another day longer and not address what about the abuse. She's friends with that family, just so you guys know. I don't know if they discarded her again or if they're playing a game. Who cares? She's in that monopoly, not talking about child abuse. Is that correct? Causing a distraction? Same with the cleanup guy and Mr. Clean, the moderator. Where's the scapegoated daughter at? Where's the mom? Well, I appreciate you helping. That means a lot. Oh, I know. The trolls that came in on the last live stream. And those are real trolls. They have nothing of any importance, but want to just like play games and stuff. They went in another live. Oh, here she is. They went in another live stream and they said, "Oh, we won, we won, we won." You won what? You came in, didn't have a conversation about what about the abuse? We're very immature, and then they took off, went to the live stream. But anyways, here's the lady that this whole live stream's about. Here you are. No, I don't think you're being hateful. I never said that. I think that you're incorrect, and I'm taking the time. Do you see Pickle Boy taking the time to address what about the abuse to his fans? No. I'm taking the time to tell you why I think you're incorrect. I don't know if you heard everything I said, but oh, no, but if he's attacking you, don't worry. Nobody's attacking you, but if you leave a comment, I'm allowed to comment on it, am I not? I just disagree. Thank you. Well, I appreciate you coming in. I went to your channel and I thought, well, this is a mom and she got it wrong about me. But you know what? I think if you and I had a conversation and we're actually talking, I think that we would probably see eye to eye. I'm sure, you know. But it is worthy enough of making a live stream about your comment, just you. You're just one person. You're important enough to address. Okay. Now, Pickle Boy has ignored what about the abuse to millions of people, and still to this day is doing it. Millions of people are not important enough to address. You and your comments now, you feel they're important. And I was thinking, well, if I leave a comment to her, it's not going to be as good as if I could talk to you. Do you know what I mean? Everything I just said, I've been talking, how long have I been talking for? I've been talking for 20 minutes. I can't leave a comment that's 20 minutes long, you know? And I understand where you're coming from too, but respectfully disagree. Doesn't mean I'm a horrible person. Doesn't mean you're bad. It shows you're a mom. It shows you're mature. It shows you could come and have a conversation. I had uh, I had people that came in on the last live stream, and um, they are kind of trollish type people, not like yourself. They're not like real people willing to have a real conversation or willing to accept when they're wrong or anything like that. And I'm not saying that your feelings are wrong. I just have a different opinion about it. Um, but yeah, and they left and went to another live stream and said they won, but they never had a conversation about what about the abuse. So that's definitely not winning, you know. So she says he's a public figure and needs to address it. I agree, because he's made millions of dollars off of it. He has a $500,000 home, and he's got the what's it called? Prefab. He's got a bunch of cars, and you know, um, even that episode. You need to look up. We really need to talk about this on Pickle Boy channel, because one of the comments that you left for me was you can't blame kids for how they act. Look at what he does in that video. He's blaming a child for his behavior at school and essentially outing him to hundreds of thousands of people that watch, opening him up to bullying, being bullied at school, and questioning him as to why he's not being respectful of women, which he never learned to be from Pickle Boy. And you could see that in my videos. Please watch Bedroom Invasion and Respecting Women, because what I'm talking about is right in that video. And you'll be shocked, because you told me earlier, you said, hey, you can't blame the kids for how they act. Absolutely. Well, you could see where it's coming from and try to divert and change the behaviors. But in terms of blaming kids for how they act, watch, what's it called again? The one I just said. No, his video. We really need to talk about this on his channel, because he's blaming a child for his behavior in that video, and the behaviors are coming from the abusive, dysfunctional environment. It's not because the child's born bad or is bad, or the boys look adorable. But that environment and abuse is going to take its toll on anybody, you know? She says, I don't see what you see. Well, tell us what you see, because what you see is just as important as what I see. And you know what? It would be interesting to have a stream where people could call in, and we could do three-way calls on Cowpoat channel. And I'd be more than happy to talk to you guys over there. If you guys are subscribed to him, we could totally do that. You are more than welcome to call into his channel, and I could talk with you guys there. I just not allowed to do it on mine because, you know, a couple bad apples ruin it for everybody, because there's people that are trying to take the channel down. So, but you're absolutely right. A fluid conversation with more people and more perspectives and opinions is way better than one. Because I finish a video, put it up, I read the comments, and I go, oh, my audience is damn smart, and they saw something I didn't, or they have a story to tell, or an anecdote, or if they got something that they want to share, and it makes the conversation more enriched. You're absolutely correct about that. Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, it's weird, because it's like I could tell you Pickle Boy didn't respect his parents, and then the conversation will seem like, oh well, he's not a good kid or a good boy or a good guy when he was an adult. And yeah, those things aren't good. And in the same token, the parents weren't doing things that were respectable or were respected. Like when Pickle Boy said, "I effing hate you" to the dad, he means that, because who likes to be disrespected and abused and threatened? The dad threatened him several times to beat him up on camera. or whoop him and beat his ass. And Pickle Boy said, "This is ridiculous. Why do I have to be afraid of you?" Because the dad was a scary, mean, abusive guy that never changed, never had to change with that camera as well. Um, but conveniently did at a time to make more money. So that's where my real or fake video comes in. I stand behind that video 100%, and I'll probably add onto that video eventually. Yeah, she says, "I see someone who doesn't know how to raise kids, who needs to grow up himself." I know, because if he doesn't get out of that dysfunctional role, and I'm talking about Pickle Boy right now, he's going to pass this along with his kids. He'll exploit them. They'll do abusive things that maybe they thought was funny. That's one of the biggest things, is that that family thinks abuse is funny. It's in a lot of these old videos, even the ones that are scripted clearly. He incorporates abuse in them, and I'll put that in another video, but it's like incredible. I'm like thinking, wow, how did that happen? But how did it happen? How did they get misconstrued with, can you hand me this, babe? How did it get misconstrued with abuse being funny? Well, that's how the dad raised them. The dad thought abuse was funny. He put his bended Pickle Boy's finger all the way back in this little piggy story. Remember that? And was telling some kind of, I don't even know. He changed up the nursery rhyme, and it wasn't suitable for children, but suitable for him because he's thinking it's funny. Excuse me. Having some Sprite here with you fine people tonight. Okay, she's asking how much is real. I don't know a percentage, and I don't know that knowing that number or how much was real versus fake or whatever would change anything that is real. But you have to look at the abuse videos and know that this is a real abusive family with a son that's holding up a camera, just pressing record, and we're seeing people get abused. That's real. That your eyes aren't tricking you, and your ears aren't tricking you. That's what abuse looks like and sounds like. And it's uploaded as entertainment. And basically, my channels are just saying, I don't think that's right. And I can't believe I'm the only channel or first channel that came out and said that. But then again, if you have people like the Fool, I can't say his real name, but he backs up and supports Pickle Boy. He manipulated his whole audience by for years saying everything Pickle Boy does is not real. Well, he never explained it, made a video. He just said it, which was a lie. And we're seeing real abuse on camera. Can you turn that on, babe? She says, I don't agree with him still supporting Daddy05. He still supports him? How do you know? And yeah, he supported him in a big way by allowing him to abuse his kids. So that really wasn't good. But yeah, I don't think anybody. Well, that's not true though. I can't say I don't think anybody, because that guy still gets support, and he still had people that were supporting him even when the abuse was exposed. So it might be safe to say some people just don't care, or some people don't care enough to not stop watching or supporting the people. And they've never said that it was wrong, certain people that still support that family. And that's what it is in this situation as well. But that doesn't mean that you could stop saying, or I ever want to stop saying, well, it's wrong, because it is wrong. So she says, I will not watch that family. Yeah. I look at the you're talking about Daddy05. Oh, I know it. But think about this. Pickle Boy knew the kids were getting abused and didn't say anything. I mean, did you see his tweet? He said, in the Daddy05 situation, Pickle Boy said, it wasn't my place to say anything. He's abusing his kids for his kids. He doesn't say the word abusing. He said he's doing it for his kids. Well, what he was doing was abusing his kids for money. So Pickle Boy thinks that it's okay to get money. It's okay to abuse kids as long as you get money and have money to give to them. That's that'll never be correct. I think anyone would trade away the abuse that's been inflicted on them, and they'd give away any money. They wouldn't want the money. They would want to have a nice, normal life, free of trauma and abuse, to include those kids. But because their children don't make decisions, Pickle Boy made the decision for them to include Daddy O5's kids by not speaking out for them, which is also child abuse. Pickle Boy is a child abuser on a lot of different accounts. He said it wasn't his place to say anything, and I encouraged him in one of these videos I made. I think it was the flying truck. I said, it's your place. You better make it your place. You have to say something. The kids can't support or stick up for themselves. And even when they do, they're not taken seriously. What did Cody say in Daddy 05? He said, I'm getting tired of this. I need to calm down. Get out of here. Get away from me. You did all this for a prank. And the dad said verbatim, it's just a prank, brah. You know, with that level of immaturity, when you don't know how to listen to your child, you need to run to a parenting class, or wonder why you thought you had business enough to have a child in the first place, and why you're still getting it wrong. Because even the angry neighbor picked on and bullied and abused her son in the video I made. Pickle Boy goes too far with the nephews. This will make you cry. Check out that video. She wasn't listening to her son because he said that he felt like he was going to die and needed to watch cartoons. And his breathing was erratic, and he wasn't feeling well because he was having this panic attack, anxiety attack. You need to stop and listen to your kids and make the show come second, because all she cared about there was sitting and yelling on the couch and cursing. And she even said pretty much, she said the word crazy. She said, come on, man, people are going to think you're crazy and this, that. So calling your son crazy. So she put him in an abusive environment to begin with, because she says she's an abuse survivor. And mind you, she's an abuser, so she's abused him. So he's going to have effects from that. If you don't believe me, look at him. Look at the panic attack. That's not normal of a child to have that, to feel that way. And to have cartoons soothe you, meaning that's probably what soothed him when he was a younger child going through this abuse. And because the ignorance keeps perpetuating abuse, she's abusing him for soothing himself, or trying to soothe himself with the cartoons, or wanting to, and with having a reaction to that abuse he's experienced before, and now he's been triggered, and she's abusing him further. Don't do that. Listen to your kids. They need you. They need you to get it right. You didn't get it right the first time if you're abusing them. Then you need to get it right the second time around when you see those effects happening. And part of those effects is just continual abuse occurring due to enabling, which is what happened with that family last summer, writing him out of our lives episode, where the scapegoated brother, the kids went on camera, said they got abused by him, and the dad backed it up, and the sister was there, and Pickle Boy was there, and they don't all realize that they all neglected those kids and didn't stick up for them. But I have the calls on my channel that shows that I tried to. So that's very loving, I think. I mean, not anyone's going to have your back or look out for your best interests or your kid's best interests. And when you're a celebrity out there in the limelight, it's kind of like an amazing thing when people show up for you or care for you. And I just didn't want to see the kids get hurt or AGP. And he was part of the welfare check as well, because he's an elderly person. And even though through neglect, and in fact, he's an abuser himself, the kids are going to get abused, he's an elderly person, probably able to get abused himself as well. Which is, according to the cleanup guy, when he showed up at the hotel room door with the scapegoated brother, he said that he hit the dad. Scapegoated brother hit the dad. So those welfare checks weren't just for the kids, they're for the dad. But if nobody cares about the kids, they're not going to care about the dad either. But Pickle Boy has to, see that he got that wrong. And I think he should just tell the audience, yeah, enabling's wrong. Kids end up abused. It's what happened in this situation. This is why you don't do it. But then again, why would he ever say it? He thinks it's okay to profit off dysfunctional families' roles and scapegoating and enabling and enmeshment, and he doesn't care. Has anyone in the monopoly mentioned the abuse yet? Angry neighbor, cleanup guy? No? Just making up distractions and lies for you guys every day while trying to get sympathy. 2 live streams in a row. Angry neighbor asking for people not to bully her. Bully her? She's the biggest bully on the YouTube. I don't think anyone could be a bigger bully than her. Just her, by herself. Sorry, guys. I'm just like scrolling back and reading your comments. Jennifer says, I know from experience, Jennifer Z, I know from experience when you're having a panic attack, you really feel like you're dying. To have your mom laugh at that is so terrible. She said she cared more about what Princess and Pickle thought also, because she said, come on, man, what are they going to say? They're going to think you're crazy. So he's literally, and you're absolutely right, Jennifer, he's literally sitting there feeling like he's going to die. And if you've never had a panic attack, then please look up different videos or ask somebody, or if you've gone through it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You feel like you're going to die. Not the best feeling in the world. Actually, one of the worst feelings in the world, right? And then you have the angry neighbor who's getting bullied online right now really badly, I guess. Shame. She's lying, by the way. She's getting bullied really bad, and she's sitting there bullying her son out of ignorance. You put him in that abusive environment, and now he's having panic attacks. Take care of the situation. Put on the cartoons. What you really need to be telling Princess and Pickle Boy there is, I'm sorry, my son's been abused before, and he said he's having an attack right now, feeling like he's going to die. He comes first. So first of all, get the camera out of his face. And second of all, we're leaving, or I'm going to sit right here with you, son, until you feel better. And I'm going to breathe right with you because you've been through trauma. That's what a boss would say. That's what a real mom would say and do. Jennifer says that she thinks the biggest bully is cleanup guy. Yeah. Oh my gosh. He had a contest about who looked prettier, his wife or scapegoated son's girlfriend. Who cares? What about the abuse? And why are you misusing your wife like that and treating her like she's some kind of rag doll? You know, he has a daughter. He should know better. He really should, but he doesn't know. He doesn't care. And let's talk about this. Who's Pickle Boy's biggest hater? Who's his biggest hater? Oh, I don't know, himself? Because he doesn't like any of the decisions he's made. He's trying to hide them, cover them up, shut people up, lie about them, rip their channels down, get his family members to run around and lie about channels of they're talking about decisions he's made, poor choices he's made. Pickle Boy's biggest hater is himself. Nobody hates what he's created and done over there more than himself because he's not willing to back it up. Why can't he just get on and be like, Money Order Mayhem was a really good video, and here's why. And here's why it wasn't abuse. Isn't it interesting? He can't do that. None of the Monopoly members can. You know? Well, Roasted, I'm glad we could talk, and I will continue to catch up on your videos and keep an open mind. I may have to look at Pickle Boy content more closely, but as of right now, I do like him. That's more than fine. But thank you for coming in and for being so kind, because you really stand out in a good way, especially with some of the people that fly in here. And thank you for listening to my differences of opinion. As you are not a hater, you are a real person who is watching videos, listening, and coming to your own conclusions, whether they are the same as mine or not. At least we can agree possibly that we're seeing abuse here and that's wrong. And that at the very least is all I expect. And I hope to see you more now because now I really like you. So Jennifer says, good for you for having an open mind. Absolutely. She's having a really she's doing really good because a lot of people can't do it, or maybe they're caught up in this mob mentality, but she didn't. She popped right in. She was more than happy to talk with everybody. And yeah, that's all I could expect. I want to work in conjunction with, like people should watch my channel and then look at theirs, or versus uh, this channel versus theirs. You know what I mean? Like you can take something away from both channels, but I hope they realize one day that this was very wrong. Thank you for coming in, sweetheart. Conversation, cleanup guy is threatening her to leave YouTube or he will meet her in the streets like some Slav mafia boss. Yes, but why is he doing that all of a sudden? Isn't that weird? They were all friends a month ago and now he's attacking her. Why doesn't he address what about the abuse? He's purposefully distracting you guys with fake drama. Even if it's real drama, who cares? What about the abuse? Kyle King, we've all got opinions. I'm glad you have an open mind, Tina. I am too. That was pretty awesome of her. Really, it really is. The people that flew in here yesterday or earlier, the real trolls, they have no opinion and can't talk and even give their opinion and leave saying, well, I still watch them and I still like them, but here's what I agree or disagree, and that's that. This woman, this Tina is here, has got some damn class. You got some class. That's good. Oh, have a good night, honey. Yeah, she's cool. She's being kind, and I would love for people to come with a difference of opinion because that's the conversation we're asking for, right? We've been asking for it for a long time. What about the abuse? What's going on? What do you feel? Do you think there's abuse? Do you not? Do you think it's okay for profit? It's an important conversation to have. It really is. Kyle King, I'm on a roast tirade. Kyle King, I wish that Angry Neighbor was part of the Monopoly because, oh, the Tina that was just in here. Yeah, I know. Exactly. Yeah. Hmm. What else is there to talk about? Yeah, so, I mean, I think, like I said, Pickle Boy should just ignore this drama or address it. And if I were him, I would address it because it's important. But then again, I would never be him because I would never film profit and be successful and be a millionaire off of having filmed abuse and normalizing it. Those grandkids were abused as is. And we hear that from the dad's testimony about having, got busted in court for anger management with those children. He's doing the wrong thing because he's abusing them. Um, they needed someone to protect them and get out of that role. And even till last year, Pickle Boy's using it as content. Look, the kids got abused. Here, tell them what happened to you. How is that content? It just shows your negligence. But so they were getting abused as is, and then Pickle Boy created episodes that he thought were funny to include this Michael Myers bit where the kids have to get abused further. But just like you said with Daddy O5, it's okay because he's doing it for them because he's going to buy them video games. So it's okay if you get abused. It's okay if the old man abuses you and we don't say anything because we're buying you toys. Oh, there we go. There we go. Doesn't that remind you of that Batman toy? So Pickle Boy got Batman when he got the glass jar. This is another similarity of him and the dad. They believe toys, money, monetary gain. Um, what is it? Material items. It, those things are currency, and it's okay to get those things for abuse and to get abused for them. That's all those toys and video games he gets the grandkids. Those are their Batman toys to keep them silent about abuse. Isn't that sick? That is sick. The Pickle Boy is more like the dad than even the scapegoated brother. He really is. Toys and things like that don't make up for abuse. They never will. Common Sense Station says one of the eldest sons in the DO5 role is an abuser. You know, one of those kids is an abuser. One of those kids in that video picked up one of the kids in the Daddy 05 situation by the neck up in the air and just dropped him. I don't know if you guys want to do a search on that or look that up. That's sibling abuse, and that also happened in this family as well. If you listen to some of her stories, the daughter from New York, she was getting physically abused by the scapegoated son, if not sexually. So, and mind you, not hating, don't hate anybody. I really don't. I think I've said I've even seen some of his episodes on his channel, and he's trying to turn his life around and find love and things like that. But I want to state facts or what we know to be true or my opinion based on what they put out there. I feel I should be able to do that without being told, oh, well, you're a hater. You're talking about sexual abuse. Well, why is it there to be able to talk about? And what's wrong with talking about it and having an opinion about it? I think the problem is the fact it exists and leads back to all this child abuse, really, and the lack of supervision and the neglect. Really. Got about 9 people in here hanging out. Um, I feel. Oh, what's up, baby? Oh, I thought you were going to say something. I feel a little more free on this channel. Um, like my last one, I knew I wasn't like fully up to doing a stream, but I was like, but on this channel they're not gonna care as much, you know. So if I'm like on, you know, what's important is that you guys have a place to come and talk. That's really important. And I don't even know if my first channel is ever gonna go down again. So it's important to have the second channel because we know they're actively trying to strike it. Did you see my video? Pickle Boy took my channel down for no reason. Did you guys see me get 6 strikes between 2 channels? Or 5 strikes between 2 channels? Isn't that nuts? And my last channel went down for a day, and then cleanup guy came over and was laughing about it. What's so funny? Taking away someone's freedom of speech for no reason. Not that there's a reason. Is there a reason? No. What's he doing? Why would he do that? And he's still not addressing what about the abuse. None of them are. So we really need to look outside of this environment of these monopoly members, angry neighbor. They don't care because they're making money off of it. So you got to like really look outside and contact, you know, Philip DeFranco. And somebody was mentioning this Nerd City person, and I messaged them, and maybe they'll check out some videos. And the point is to get the material out there so you can come to a conclusion yourself on how you feel about things. And they're scared of that, and that's why Pickle Boy ripped the channel down, because he wants to manipulate you and he wants you to think everything's all a-okay. But with abuse, it never is. And that's my promise to you. That's why you don't do it. It's dangerous. Don't ever do it. And once you figure out what abuse is and what isn't, then all you have to do is just do the right thing. And abuse for profit's never okay. I'm sorry. I don't know how much money you make or if it's millions and billions or whatever. You shouldn't abuse kids. Is that make any sense to you, Pickle Boy? Anyways, this stream's not going to be as long as the other one because I'm already kind of running out of things to say. But I'd seen that lady's comment and I was like, oh no. I was like, she got it wrong. Um, so I have to, but I just didn't want to leave a comment because I didn't think she was gonna. I just wanted her to know it was important for me to talk about. I don't have anything to hide, so I can, other than myself. so, but I don't have anything to hide in a sense where she has all these concerns and I can't address them. There's not any reason to not address them, so I'll address them, right? So, yeah. Kizzy says, even if it's negative attention, it's still attention. He gets paid from those many ads he has in his channel. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Kizzy says he doesn't talk about his trauma. Everything centers around food. Yeah, I mean, he has a huge platform. He could get up tomorrow and be like, child abuse is not okay. I've gone through it. He could say maybe he has his traumas, maybe not. But he needs to let us know that all this footage he put out for profit's not okay. But sometimes people don't do that unless they have to, until they have to. Isn't that what happened with Daddy 05? The minute he got outed, he put out a video saying, we're blocking out the haters. And then after that, he put out a video saying that it was the person's fault who outed all this. And then it wasn't until a week or two later where he had to hire a bunch of people to tell him to get on and force him to get up and seemingly take accountability, which he still never really didn't do. His wife was speaking and he just has his channel back now, and I still don't think he gets it. But then again, someone who would do that and abuse their kid in the first place for money, are they ever going to get it? If he could abuse his kid tomorrow for money, would he do it? If Pickle Boy could get millions of views tomorrow for child abuse and not getting you guys to care, yet again, not you guys per se, but the whole audience, thinking it's entertainment, would he do it? Yeah. He's still trying to back it up and support it. What about that poor kid? And we got to talk about this. Who he's berating and belittling, who has to go to school, only to be told his whole life he's a bad kid. In all these videos, we see him as a baby being abused, and you want us to believe that he's bad, and he's bad just because it's on him? Why don't you tell him he's good for a change and see how his behavior goes? Or be kind to him, or don't use him for monetary gain for episodes and stuff. David Bass, truthful, I agree with you. He wouldn't care if he was not hitting the nail on the head. Cassandra's curse. Right, right. If it wasn't the truth and if there wasn't something to be scared about, he's scared about the decisions he's made that are being, told that they're incorrect. But if it wasn't the truth, then he wouldn't care so much because he cares a lot. I mean, my goodness. I mean, everybody and their mom's been over on my channels. The brother, the sister, the angry neighbor, the cleanup guy, the cleanup guy's mod. I mean, Pickle Boy knows about the channels. He knows about them. He just doesn't want you to care, or he wants you to think something bad about them and never address it. And I guess not care about abuse and think it's funny like he does, but all the similarities he has with his dad are like really bad similarities. I mean, he said himself verbatim on one of these episodes, he said, the angry neighbor is making us sound like horrible people, or we must sound like the most horrible people in the whole world. Well, you're not the nicest people in the whole world, right? You're not the greatest people in the whole world. It's okay to recognize things you do wrong, but none of them ever have, still, to this live stream. And I'll say the same thing again tomorrow, I'm sure. They don't have to take any accountability. Did you see what Kyle just said? Well, you guys are on about the jokes today. Oh my gosh. Did you see what he just said? Yep. But anyways, I don't know. Do I have anything else to talk about? And it's the way they got there, because Common Sense Nation is like, well, they're doing this and this. It's the way they got there, man. And yeah, they're still kind of abusing the platform and not really giving the audience the goods, you know? Like, you put abuse out there and you think it's okay, and you just sit and play video games all day and eat food and lie to the audience some more and pretend like the abuse was okay and you guys are great people and you deserve your money. They need to take accountability for things that weren't correct, because you don't want to push things like that to the audience, because it's only hurtful to the audience. Well, and those kids too, right? That were thrust into all those abuse videos. It, as a lady, I can't even imagine going through life like that. If he can joke about his nephew having Asperger's. Who? Whoa, 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 whoa. Kyle says if he could joke about his nephew having Asperger's syndrome, I can roast his weight. Where did he do that? What video was that in? I didn't hear about that. Hang on, let me grab my pen. Where did he joke about his son having, or sorry, his son? I say his son because he really acts like he's the dad, isn't he? Even though he's not. That's more enmeshment. Um, where did he joke about the nephew having that? Oh, do you know the name of the video or? They all got his money. It's not like they can't wash their clothes and have food. What? Kyle says in his vlogs, him and Princess do it all the time. What? What vlog? And what do they say? Do you know, like, what kind of things do they say? And do you have like an example? Like, can you name any of the vlogs? That's crazy. Kizzy, did you hear them say this or no? Goodness. Yeah, like, see, I'm not really over there supporting them. Not that you guys watch them as supporting them, because I watch their older videos and I make these videos out of them. Um, but I'm not like one of their daily, supporters or anything like that. The worst case scenario vlog. What did they say? The worst case scenario vlog. Oh, goodness. Hi, Autumn. You're like catching the tail end of this. I'm not going to be on much longer, but I did another live stream on this channel like a few hours ago, and I was addressing somebody on this one. Oh my gosh, really? Oh my goodness. I'll check it out. I will look that up for sure. Well, and they think abusing each other and bullying each other is funny. So, I don't know. Anyways, but I'm going to cut it here, but I'll be back and I got to make another video, and I'll try to upload that as soon as I can. And I promise you, I'm going to try to get on here more often and address people. That's what this stream was about. I was addressing someone with a difference of opinion, and she came in and she was great and she was nice, and we were able to have a conversation. And could you imagine if I acted like they did? And somebody came in here, Mr. Clean, right? The janitor's mod. What if I acted like him? And I disagreed with this woman, and she came in here to respectfully discuss how she felt, which is what I did with the cleanup guy. And I just said, you know what, get out of here with your BS. and I time her out 3 times and block her out. Could you imagine if I did that tonight to that woman? That happened to me in the Cleanup Guys stream a few months back. And I did a 3-hour live stream on it about the cleanup guy manipulating and with his fans and subs for sympathy for the old man who was the abuser and passed away. He did that to me. So if I really literally use their same tactics that they do to just evade and avoid what about the abuse, I would look so bad. But they get away with doing that every day. They get away with doing it every day. I had a discrepancy and disagree with somebody. I did a live stream and I've been explaining for an hour how I felt about it and why I disagreed. And there was a conversation to be had. But with certain trolls or people that fly in or just insulting, never address what about the abuse, Cue Ball, Mr. Clean, things never get anywhere. The conversation never really goes anywhere, really. David says yes, very fair discussion. And you know what? It was only able to be a fair discussion because of her, right? Because she came in and she said something on the last stream, which were differences of opinion, but she came in fully willing to listen and be kind and have a discussion. So very thankful for her. Well, when it comes, yes, Jennifer, thank you. When it comes to abuse, you have to. Um, because it's that serious. Like, it should never happen at all. And if people are doing it, feel free to judge accordingly because they're doing something wrong. And it's they should explain why it's okay. They're getting away with it and doing it, and why it's so great. Isn't the burden of proof on them? Explain that to the police why abuse is so great. But then again, what did this family tell the courts and tell the cops and DSS? They don't even film around the kids. Do you remember that? They don't even film around the kids. So they just basically lie to everybody and anybody, including the law, to get what they want. And at that moment, it was to scapegoat the mom to be able to keep the kids. So the mom got scapegoated as if she was the only abuser to this day. And now Pickle Boy says any chance he gets that the mom's crazy, even on the channel now, his new channel or his regular channel. Thank you for saying who Mr. Clean was, because I can't say it up here. But yes, that is Mr. Clean. Kyle, Angry Grandma Forgot My Birthday is another video where Pickle puts down his nephew for him to ask for. Angry Grandma Forgot My Birthday. I'll check it out. I mean, you guys are giving me like content overload. I mean, I already have my material and content, and then you guys have so much more stuff. You guys are insightful, like as all hell, really. Um, hmm. Let me take a short break because I would be logging off right now, but I see you guys are having fun and you're in the middle of a conversation with each other. So let me take a quick break and I'll come back and keep conversing with each other and we'll see where we're at when I come back. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Hey, do you guys remember on my last live stream, I did impersonation of the guy that the scapegoated brother was living with? He's like, "Hey, yo, Charlie, Charlie, get in the corner, Charlie. Pay me $500, Charlie. I'm scapegoating you." You know, this guy, a lot of nerve, right? I mean, scapegoat the brother, but no, what about the abuse story or information? You don't care about the kids. What about the abuse? Where are all the people that scapegoated that brother? And why are they not using their channels to talk about the abuse? Isn't that so weird? Is it safe to say that Pickle Boy has friends online that know about the abuse and aren't saying anything? Is it safe to say that? I mean, really? But with it, sorry, I'm writing something down. But with them saying something about it, could that help other people? So we tell people, the children, especially all their subscribers, a lot of children, they tell them right from wrong. So that could help other people, including them. But they don't do that because it backs up money. That's what's so sick about all this. Can you turn that on, babe? That's really what's so sick about all this. Thank you, Jennifer. Does that sound like him? You guys know who I'm talking about, right? I can't say his channel name, but he's like, "Hey, Charlie." Like, it's like The Shining all over again. I mean, this guy is a pretty scary guy. I mean, he doesn't talk about child abuse, but he doesn't mind scapegoating people in dysfunctional families to have his channel grow. He had 500 likes on one of his videos by saying that the scapegoated brother was what did he say? Was the not the like loser of the family. He said it's something like the black sheep or something like that. Oh, the family disgrace. That's what he says. Well, which one? Who are you talking about? There's a lot of disgraces up in there. I mean, the fact that you just cherry pick one, it's the same with cue ball, misusing my hashtag. What about the truth? Yeah, what about it? You've yet to talk about child abuse, and you've been on here for a year watching my channel. What about the truth? Open your mouth and say something. He wants a scapegoat and hate the angry neighbor. Hate all of them. Why don't you? But what about the abuse? I mean, my goodness, go to that guy's channel, Cue Ball. He's going to give you a, a piece of the story when I'm trying to look at the whole picture and talk about everybody's role, how to make it better. And of course, they're not going to like my channels, but you have to understand that you can't manipulate YouTube and manipulate people to like you if you're not likable or doing likable things. People are allowed to have opinions against that or about that. What does Alexa want? Why is she back? Just go away, Alexa. Just go away. Anyways, I already timed her out. I don't know why she came back. Um, Gizzybug, that guy only focuses on certain people that he hates, and if you focus on the whole picture, then he hates you for it. Well, yeah, and he already used my channel long ago to get over 1,000 subs. I've seen it myself. People came and asked about, hey, well, if you're in a trifecta and Pickle's going after you too, what do you think about Roasted? And after he got over 1,000 subs, he didn't know about my channel all of a sudden. I don't know. I haven't seen her. So, and then eventually he got in this fight with Cowpote, and he said my hashtag was lame. And now he's over there misusing the hashtag, saying, what about the truth? What about it? It's over here on my channel. Care to comment on it? Kyle says, I don't think he's human. He does so many unjust things and is so immoral. Yeah, really bad. Enough to make a whole channel about. Thank you. Because he says there's enough proof and truth that you guys can see. Yeah, absolutely. And even if someone still came over and disagreed, I'll still have them in here, have a discussion, whatever. But at some point, you guys see who's BSing you, do you not? You guys see who's BSing you. Tell me what channel you want me to address. Put any channel in here. And if I know about it, I'm going to give an opinion about it. Can they do that about my channel? Well, surely they'll do it for you guys, the viewer, because you deserve it, right? Why aren't they doing it? Why haven't they done it yet? Trying to hide it from you. Trying to get you to not care. Trying to make it seem like it's not important, but it is. Trying to trick you. But you guys aren't to be tricked. You guys are stronger than that. You guys know what's up. Kyle says there's too much truth. They can't counter argue it. That's why they don't want anyone coming over here. And that's why they're causing a big, stanky distraction over there for you. I agree with you, Kyle. Absolutely. Yep, I agree with you. Common sense says I don't know how someone can watch the videos and still defend them. I don't know. That's why I talked the other day. I said, well, would you guys do that for friendships where you stay silent about abuse? But why do so many people do it? But maybe, then again, maybe that's the answer to the world we live in. We're responsible for our own actions, and not everyone's doing the right thing. Some people point it out, you get blamed for it. No, nobody decides to change. I mean, I don't know, you know? Jennifer, I know the truth is right in front of them. Yep, it's right in front of them. It's right in front of us. We'll be putting together more videos. Each time this past few days, I've been thinking about putting a video together, which I have the idea. It's just a very short video. I keep saying, oh, I want to do a live stream. I want to talk to them. And I've just been live streaming a lot. So, but yeah. But we've been up for about an hour. I think I'm going to head out. And I'm glad that you guys had a place to come talk to today. Comment said station, roasted. Someone said you were Jewish. What do you think of that? Who said that? Cool. We'll keep them guessing. We'll keep them guessing. But anyways, I got to get going. Lots of love to everybody. Make sure to hit that like button. Thank you for joining me today. Common Sense Nation, Jennifer, Kizzybug, Kyle King. Who else was in here? I know Alexa stopped by, but I don't know if she's willing to have the conversation yet. Autumn Loving, love you, girl. Oh, yeah, Tina's here. Did a great job coming in earlier. I think I already mentioned Kyle. And, there was David Bass, Jennifer Z. I don't know if I said you already. Yeah, I'm so happy you guys showed up. That was pretty awesome. Oh, Chris Peck started out. He was the first person in here. Thank you guys for hashtagging it up. All my love to you. Take it, huh? Oh, yeah, Kizzybug. And Kizzybug. Thank you for the shout outs, Common Sense Station. I appreciate it. I need all the help I could get. Thank you so much. That sounds cool, Autumn. All right, guys, take it easy. Have a good night. Roasted Studios, or excuse me, Cassandra. This isn't Roasted Studios, it's Cassandra's Curse. Out.